What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick with MTO Productions. How are you doing? How are my filmmakers and photographers doing? This is going to be I'm going to do a combination here of first look and first roll. So what I have before me, I will show you real quick, is the Minolta QTsi Maxxium. Now, maybe looking at it and going, okay, it's a SLR, 35mm with autofocus, using Minolta's AF lens mount, and like most 35mm of the 2000 era, which this was a 2000 era camera, it's very minimal. I have taken the batteries out of this thing since, because I'm actually putting it up and storing it for now. But the camera, you look at it and you think SLR, okay, well, you can do some playing with that, and you can. Let's go over the controls. You have on off right there. I can get my face out of there. You can see the on off. Then up at the top you have a mode button, selectable modes. Over here to the side you have timer and you have flash on and off. And right there you have autofocus on and off. Now, that is as manual as this camera gets, is autofocus off. There is no adjusting your aperture or any of that stuff, or your film speed. It automatically detects it. Matter of fact, I can show you real quick. Like I said, there's nothing in it anymore. If you'll notice, it has those little things right here. They read the speed, the film, as soon as you put it in, and it knows what speed film you have rolling in this thing. Like I said, you cannot change anything but turn it off of manual focus, turn it off of automatic focus to manual focus. Now, I will say the autofocus is really good on this camera. The modes you get, you have portrait, landscape, close-up, sports, and nighttime. It does have an automatic flash that pops up when needed. It will not pop up right now because there's no battery, so don't force it. It'll only pop up when it needs it. You can mount an external flash. You can rewind halfway through roll of film, and we do have a mount for a tripod. Batteries, she takes a 2 CR2 batteries. You know anything about batteries, these things can get expensive. That's why there's no batteries in it right now, so they don't kill it. 12 ounces, so she's fairly light. Now we'll get into the AF mount, lens mount, on another camera here before long, but I do have several lenses that I can use with this. Matter of fact, the day we went shooting with this camera, we switched out for the Minolta 50mm. You can see right there, it's a 50mm AF. It is, let me make sure I'm right on this. Hang on, I gotta take this off real quick. Fixing to go on another trip pretty soon, so I've got to get all my stuff together. So you're looking at a 49mm mount as far as filters. I highly recommend getting step filters, and that way if you have several filters to work with, you know, certain size, then you can do the step. It's a 50mm 1.7. So it opens up way up, and in dark areas this runs pretty good. But the day we went out, it was a nice sunny day, but I did shoot quite a bit with it. Now, something you'll know with Minolta on a lot of their lenses. They're 49mm as far as filter range. This does have a hood that goes on it. I still have the hood. There's kind of a backstory on this camera. I bought it local. The guy was a detective, worked in certain administrations over the years. All I can say is, well, the girl had a cigar. Anyway, the lens that came with it was a 35 to 80mm lens. Let's see, 1.4 to 5.6. So, pretty versatile lens. I mean, you can get pretty dark with this lens and still take pictures. So we're going to cut here. We are going to set up to where we can roll in the first roll. Alright, so now here is our first roll with the Minolta Maxxium QTsi. And we took a little trip to a fairly local little town. Not maybe 30 minutes from here. Oh, 15, 20 minutes, I'm sorry. From here. And just did a little walk around the square to take some pictures with this camera. I'm going to show you some of these pictures I've already edited, and what I'll do is we'll go back and look at the original version. And to be honest, I was using Kodak 400 Gold on this particular day, and I was quite impressed with the original pictures that were coming out of this thing. I was not expecting them to be as clean as they were. This one I have not done any editing to. This is just how it came out of the camera. This one here, another, I think, well, I may have edited this one a little bit. Let's take a look. Show original. Yeah, I did some darkening, but I was really impressed considering you can't control anything else on the camera except for flash and taking off your autofocus. I was really impressed with the pictures that were coming out of this thing. You know, if you were looking for your first 35mm to play around with, and I mean, it's basically a point and shoot camera with exchangeable lenses. If you want to really get down and dirty with it, it's a point and shoot with exchangeable lenses. Now, I haven't touched this photo at all in Lightroom. This is just the way it came out of the camera. These next few are going to be already edited. Brought the clouds up a little bit better, but the fact that I was able to edit these photos to the extent I did, this one's unedited also, just to me it was amazing how the pictures turned out. I did have these developed with Boutique Film Lab in Hermitage, Tennessee. I've been using them now. This is my third or fourth roll through them, and I'm really pleased with their developing. Now, I didn't have any pictures developed on the film onto picture. I didn't have any pictures printed out. I just did basic editing and had them send them to me. You can see my reflection in the glass here, but this one I haven't touched at all. This one I wasn't, I lost the composition on that one. This one was pretty cool. This old truck was sitting out in front of this hardware store, and I did change this to black and white. So there's the original color version of it, and that turned out really good also. This little gas station that was across the street from I don't think it's open anymore, but this old bike was sitting out there, old moped type bike. There's the whole thing together. And there's the little red barn at work. I always take pictures with this cameras just to get a little reference of this barn, because I know it's a little red barn. Alright guys, I hope you really enjoyed that. Taking a quick look at the Minolta QTsi Maxxium. Actually, this camera is going to go away. I'm not selling it yet, but I've had my fun with it. It's taking some really good pictures. I'm really impressed with the roll of Kodak 400 in this thing in daylight, how well they came out. I didn't touch any of the mode buttons, and like I said, I was using the 50mm on this. I did not use the regular lens. I was really impressed with the photos this thing was able to capture. Great color. You know, I don't know what else to say, except for it really did a phenomenal job taking pictures. And if you're looking to start at get into a 35mm, maybe this is your route. It takes a lot of guesswork out of what you got to do with your film speed and stuff. Like I said, you can turn it to where you can do manual focus, so if you want to get a little bokeh in the background. The other thing I noticed too with this camera, all the felt and everything was exceptionally well. The backing plate that holds the film down was exceptionally well. Everything works on this camera as it should. And this camera is 23 years old and she works like brand new. So that's it for this one, guys. I appreciate you watching. Please get out and shoot some film, shoot some video, post it somewhere. See you on the next one. Later.